Up and think on your path. Ponder where you've been and ultimately where your fist will lead you.
What's going on, everybody? Real quick, this is going to be a video I'm going to do talking about Street Fighter V and a lot of people who've been complaining about the game. Right now, I want to say that I'm going to be doing a new series on my channel called the Day One Patch, where if I do a review for a game or I play a game, on day one, it seems to have changed due to the fact that there's some kind of patch that fixes things that were wrong with the game. Now, I see a lot of places like Digital Foundry, when they report a game's frame rate issues or something wrong with the game, a lot of these issues are actually addressed in the day one patch. Now, with that being said, I'm going to have to start doing the series because games are really changing from the review copies that we have or the copies that we get before they patch it versus the one that you get on day one when you get the game. So let's get into Street Fighter and the issues with Street Fighter. Street Fighter V has had a lot of issues, and I noticed that there's no question about it that this is definitely wrong for Capcom to do, but we all know the elephant in the room is Evo, and we all can tell to some degree that there was some kind of business decision to release this game at this time, and a lot of people are saying that people are getting prepared for this for the big Evo tournament. Now, a lot of people will say that, but at the end of the day, I want you guys to know Street Fighter usually comes out on my birthday, and Street Fighter 4, Street Fighter 5 have kept to this tradition, and they actually always come out at this time. Now, granted, that's not an excuse, but definitely, there seems to be the agenda that, okay, maybe this was brought out early for Evo. Now, if you're a person who plays competitively on Street Fighter, you will have no problems with the game. If you're somebody who likes to play online, then yeah, you definitely will have a problem with this game. But my issue is primarily the people who are making all these videos complaining why this game getting big reviews. You shouldn't buy this game. And these are people who don't even play Street Fighter. So I wanted to make a video saying that if you don't play Street Fighter, nobody really wants to hear your opinion of it because you don't play it. So the fact that you feel like because something's wrong with the day one release of the game, you can tell fans not to buy something that they were a fan of is kind of ironic and silly to me. So I just wanted to make this video because a lot of y'all seem to not understand why us, the people who are actually fans of it, are saying that, okay, yes, granted Capcom was wrong, but we're cool. We're good here. We're good with the way it is. A lot of you guys are not understanding and think, you know, us people who are fans who are rocking with the game are crazy. We are fans, so we went into this knowing that, okay, no matter what goes on, good or bad, this is an investment. So a lot of us are okay with what we have because we still can practice and play up until the point when it's fixed or when it's ready to be fully released. But in the meantime, we have the game, we pay for it, and it's an early investment into the final product. Now, Killer Instinct can be compared to Street Fighter for the simple fact that two companies actually ended up working on the game, and one ended up patching in the rest of the characters for you. Now, when you break down the total sum of how much you pay for the whole 3 seasons, which is kind of nonsense, it's just DLC to the game, you end up spending well over $100 on this game, easily from DLC. So, you know, there's a lot of complaints to be made. Now, granted, Street Fighter being $60 on day one and having a $30 season pass is definitely insane and crazy because guess what? You're charging us $30 for the rest of our fucking game. So that's definitely wrong. And I definitely think Capcom should address that and do something about that. Now, let me just give you a little backstory. If you follow Street Fighter V from the day of its announcement and its first build that was available to people at places like E3, which is where I first got my hands on it, the game actually worked phenomenally. You know, if you play in a tournament environment, which we had a little tournament going at E3, it was very much fun and it was very, very okay to be played. Now, as you go down the line with the betas, once they started getting into the online portion of the game, that's where the issues arise and they fixed it. Now, for some strange reason, the last build that I had to do my review of actually worked online flawlessly. The crossplay was fine. Everything worked. Now, was the servers overloaded on day one? More than likely that's the case, but at the end of the day, it's definitely unacceptable due to the fact that they should have been prepared for this. So, I'm not going to defend Capcom on that, but what I will say is for the people who are not true fans of Street Fighter, you just won't get it. You just don't get it. And I don't think you should be telling fans not to buy something if you don't even play it. A lot of you guys don't ever play fighting games, and if you do, you're not playing Street Fighter. So I see tons of these videos of people saying, why did IGN, GameSpot, all these people say these good things about the game if the game is not good? The game is good. The game just has issues. Now, for people who want to play in tournaments and things of that nature, they're not going to have a problem with the game because guess what? You're going to have to take it back to the old school, what Street Fighter was all about. You're going to have to go stand next to somebody and beat their ass instead of doing it online. Now, granted, you know, I know a lot of these people are used to this internet situation, and that's what they want, and you have a right to ask for it. But at the end of the day, this is what's going on. So I want to know what you guys think in the comment section below. Let me know what you think about Street Fighter. Of course, a lot of you guys are going to say you agree. But like I said, if you are a true fan of the series, then you knew it was an investment going in, because the beta had a lot of issues. The last beta was fine, and I don't know why the retail copy didn't play like that. But like I said, it could have been server overloads. Either way, this happens from time to time, and this is why I'm going to be doing the day one patch on my channel, where I talk about games on day one, because for some reason the attitude, performance, and the functionality of games tend to change on day one. And I don't like the fact that they rely heavily on this internet, because some people may not have internet at the time. Or what if we have some kind of crisis, the internet goes out? You mean to tell me my games are going to be broken until I get a patch off the internet? So with that being said, you know, they do rely a little bit too much on updates and DLC and stuff like that to get their games going. I definitely think they should start taking the time releasing games, and this is for all game companies. But at the end of the day, let me know what you think in the comment section below. I'm out of here. Peace. Exactly the same as far as the edges and the way that things reflect. Now the game should be around 1080p, but this is not confirmed. On my display, it did register as 1080p on both consoles.